DidikTV KPM.
Oh, Farah.
Yeah.
So, how was the movie?
Tell you seriously, I love the action scenes. I love the storyline. I love the choreography of the traditional martial arts.
Me too. It was so mesmerizing.
But what happened to Wahid's wife?
You missed that part?
Yeah, I didn't see her. What happened?
She died, Farah.
She died?
She died. You must have missed a lot. That was the most epic part.
That was when I went to the washroom. I had my nature call. Remember, you didn't notice I was not sitting next to you.
No, I was so glued to the screen. I didn't notice. You know what this means?
This means that we should go and watch the movie the second time, Shafika.
Yes, we should.
Yes, let's bounce.
Let's go.
Okay.
Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. You're watching DidikTV KPM here with me, Syafiqah Farahin. And today we are learning for menengah atas for our subject, which is English or Bahasa Inggeris. And to know more about our topic, we should ask our teacher herself, who is right here in the studio, as you can see in the profile just now, Madam Faraliza. Hello, Madam.
Hi, Syafiqah. I love your hair.
Thank you so much.
You look super stunning.
Thank you. I hope it was fitting for our short sketch just now. But before we go on to that, Madam, let's first introduce also in the studio with us is our sign language interpreter, Teacher Kulina from SMK Sultan Abdul Samad, Petaling Jaya, Selangor. Hello, teacher. How are you? Okay, great. Thank you, Teacher Lina. Now, Madam, we also have our pupils because without them, we wouldn't have a fun class.
Exactly, Syafiqah.
So, let's have them here in the studio with us. Hello, pupils.
Hi.
Wow, they're all looking so dapper this morning. Madam, can you introduce them for us?
Okay, Syafiqah. All right, so we have Soleha binti Abdullah in the house. Hi, Soleha.
Hi, Soleha.
What do you want me to address you, Soleha?
You can call me Soleha.
Soleha. All right. The second one we have Aisha Atika. Okay. Hi, Aisha.
Hi, Aisha.
Aisha?
I think she's a bit loud there.
All right. The second one, the third one, we have Liliana. So, Liliana, what do you want me to address you, Liliana?
Hi, madam. You can call me Lily.
All right,
Okay,
Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Okay. Last but not least, I have Alia Farisha. So, what do you want me to address you, Alia?
Hi, just call me Alia.
Alia. So Aisha, I think she's freeze. All right, I think I will call Aisha then. Okay, so we have our pupils here all the way from SMK Bandar Mas, Kota Tinggi, Johor.
Wow, all the way from Johor, your school as well.
Yes.
Beautiful pupils and beautiful names as well. Right. Madam Faraliza, before we proceed with our class today, perhaps you can give a bit of an overview of our short sketch just now and how it relates to our topic today, which we haven't introduced yet.
Yes, thank you, Syafiqah. Well, girls and boys viewers out there, if you notice, the short sketch that we had just now was like watching a movie. Now, I always tell my students, Syafiqah, gap text is exactly like what you do when you go to the cinema. Now, when you watch movie, I'm sure you have experienced this. You are like in the middle of like enjoying the scenes and suddenly your younger siblings or maybe your own child ask you to go out and bring them to the washroom. So you have no choice. You have to go out from the cinema. But when you come back, you will definitely miss some of the scenes. And that is where you're going to start having this critical thinking. What happened? Hey, what happened to Wahid's wife? And who killed her? How did it happen? So having said that, gap text is exactly using that thinking process where you need to look at what happens or what are the keywords before the gap and what are the keywords after the gap. So can you see how it links to watching a movie? You have to think of what happens before you go to the washroom and what happens after you come back from the washroom, Shafika.
Interesting. That means it's not facts. It's not necessarily facts. It can be predictions.
Exactly. So you have to start thinking of what happens before and after. So that goes
Interesting.
definitely on answering gap text.
Okay, Madam Farah.
Okay.
Let's first proceed with our perhaps learning objectives for today.
Yes, thank you, Shafika.
All right.
Now, girls and boys viewers out there, now we are going to do reading today, guys. So please open up your textbook, turn to page 137 and 136 and 137 from your textbook. Okay, so our objectives for today, Shafika. First
right.
is definitely reading. So it is definitely to understand a variety of texts by using a range of appropriate reading strategies to construct meaning. So they need to understand what the word means. And our main learning standard for main skill would be guessing the meaning of unfamiliar words from clues. Now, this means the keywords provided by other words and by context on a wide range of familiar topics and some unfamiliar topics. So, girls and boys, are you guys ready? Fasten your seatbelts because reading is not easy, guys, especially when it comes to gap text, Shafika.
Oh, really?
Yes, because
Okay.
gap text is considered as one of the most difficult sections in paper 1 now.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, besides having the rational clause, gap text is one of the most difficult part.
Right. So
Okay.
I hope pupils at home give their very best to focus in Madam Farah Liza's class today, okay?
Yes,
All
Shafika.
right.
So our learning outcome will definitely be to understand a variety of texts by applying the crucial steps on identifying the keywords and for them to guess the meaning of unfamiliar words from clues that will be your keywords, comparing all these options with your relevant keywords. So I've been repeating the word keyword, guys. All right. Now, these are the 5 crucial steps, girls and boys. Watch this, jot this down. So there are 5 crucial steps for you to execute in order to get the best answer. So the first step, Shafika, is definitely to read the passage twice. I wouldn't know if you read once, but trust me, there is no harm reading twice because the first time reading is for you to get the main idea. And the second time reading, Shafika, is for them to identify the subject, whether it's singular, plural, or tenses, whether it's present tense, past tense, future tense. So that can happen if you read the passage twice. Now, the next step will be circling the keywords. Well, I'm sure all of you are so familiar with the word circle. So they need to circle the keywords before and after the gap. Now, the next step will be they need to study the options. Now, Shafika, for this question, they'll be given 8 options for SPM format. So they'll be
Okay.
given 8 options, A until H. So what they need to do is they need to study the options, now relating it to the keywords from the passage that they did in step 2. All right, so they have to relate to the keywords. Now, the next step is definitely to choose the best answer. But this time, girls and boys, viewers out there, do not forget to draw your arrow. Shafika, what is the arrow for? The arrow is either to the back or to the front. Now, this means if they draw the arrow to the back, they are referring to the keywords before the gap. If they draw the arrow to the front, it means they are referring to the keywords after the gap.
Okay,
All right?
straightforward then.
Yes. Now, last but not least is definitely to cross the answers once they have already chosen them. So, example, if they chose B, then they have to immediately cross it out. Why, Shafika? Because sometimes students tend to repeat the same answer again, and
Yeah.
they tend to forget if they do not check their answers. All right. So now, let us look at a very simple example. So the first one will be what's peer pressure? So let us look at question number 1. Now, can I have anyone in the house to make a guess on what the keywords are before the gap? Anyone? Anyone wants to just give it
Any
a
show
shot?
of hand?
Before the gap.
Can I try, madam?
Okay, Soleha, can you tell me what are the keywords from the sentence before the gap?
The keywords are grow older, pierce, and bigger role.
Grow older, pierce, and bigger role. Girls and boys, please take note. The amount of keywords that you should have for gap text would always be 3 to 5 words. So the keywords grow older, pierce, and bigger role. Now take note, guys. It has to be minimum 3, maximum 5. Now let's go to the keywords after the gap. Anyone wants to give it a shot? What can it be? The keywords after the gap.
Can I give a shot, madam?
Yes, Alia. So what are the keywords, Alia?
The keyword before the gaps are influence, growth, longer, no, and them.
Okay, this is after the gap, yeah? Influence, grow, longer, and them. Okay, so having said that, Shafika, always remember the keywords must be 3 to 5.
Right.
Now, what they need to do next is to look at the keywords. Now, girls and boys, you need to focus only on these keywords. Can you see the lines? All right, you only focus on these keywords in the 2 different boxes. All right, you have your red box and you have your purple box. So when you relate to all these keywords from both before and after, you can start analyzing what would be the best choice, which also has a similar meaning, keyword, with the keywords that we have already selected earlier. So now, who wants to make a guess? What can be the best answer with the best keyword, which links together with these keywords that you have already selected just now? Who wants to give it a shot?
Okay.
Can I try, madam?
Okay, Aisha, what can be the answer, Aisha?
The answer is D.
Okay, donkey. Aisha, D for donkey. Why did you choose donkey D, Aisha? What's the reason?
Because of the word they.
Yes, because of the word day. And Shafika, if you notice, now this day is actually referring to, all right, you look here, there, the arrow to the back. And day is referring to the word peers. So when you draw the arrow, Shafika, it will be like an active discussion when you are having your peer feedback with your partner next to you. So your friend will definitely ask, why did you choose this? I don't know, but I think that's the answer. That's a very common reality that we have now in school.
Yeah.
But having said that, when they know the process, they'll be able to explain why they got that as the answer. So now let's look at the second one, Shafika. So this will be the second question.
Okay.
So we are going to do it DIY, hands-on. Yep. So can you please tell me what would be the keywords before the gap for question number 2? Anyone?
All right. Anyone else now? Can you raise your hand?
Anyone? 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 Anyone wants to give it a shot? What would be the keywords for question before the gap?
Before the gap. The
Can I try, madam?
keywords.
Yeah, okay, Aisha. What do you think are the keywords, Aisha?
I think she's figuring it out.
All right, so let me help. What is it? Do you want to try, Aisha?
You can try, give it a go.
Her camera is like, okay.
Okay, Aisha.
So what are the keywords, Aisha? Okay, so the keywords here would probably be how,
How, act, dress,
Yes.
behavior, and effect.
sorry?
How, act,
How, act, dress, behavior, and effect.
Dress and effect. Okay,
And
we
she
have
said behavior.
1, 2, 3. Yes, behavior. So when they can identify the keywords, now wait until they go to the next after the gap. So what should be the keywords after the gap, girls? Anyone wants to give it a shot? What are the keywords after the gap?
Can I give a shot, madam?
Yes, Soleha. So what are the keywords, Soleha, from this sentence?
The keywords are positive, negative, pressure.
Okay, negative, pressure. So, having said that, Shafika,
Yes.
when they have already circled the keywords, now the next step is just to focus on this words that they have already circled. So they will not be distracted by other words anymore. Don't look at other words. Okay, so now what will be the answer, guys? Would it be F or C? Anyone?
Okay.
Can I give it a shot, madam?
Okay, Lily, what do you think the answer is?
I think the best answer is F.
Okay, why do you say F, Liliana? Lily.
It is because of the answer because the keywords from the answer, which is this.
Okay, this. Okay, now what does this refer to? Now, this is actually referring to the word effect. So when you have already found the correct answer, always ask yourself, so what was the keyword that made you choose F. So the keyword was effect, and the arrow should be pointing to the back, Shafika. Because she referred to the word effect. And the effect comes from the sentence before the gap. So that is literally how it works when you answer gap text. So the thinking process needs to be well executed.
Right, Madam. Wow, this is a step-by-step that Madam is sharing with us. I hope you get a lot of tips from there and follow the steps. Make sure you follow the steps because it's important to know and give the right answer, right,
Exactly.
Madam?
So, Shafika, now
Yeah.
for the next activity, let us everyone open up your textbook, page 136. Now, let us just do this question, yeah? So, can I have somebody to please read out the sentence and tell me what are your keywords before the gap? Anyone?
Okay, can someone read for us, please?
Can I try, madam?
Okay, Aisha, read it out and tell me what are the keywords. Go.
Because of the roadworks in the area, the electricity has been disconnected.
Okay, so what are the keywords before the gap, Aisha?
The keywords are roadworks, electricity, and disconnected.
Yes, roadworks, electricity, and disconnected. Good job. So now let's go to the sentence after the gap. Can I have someone to read the sentence and tell me the keywords?
Can I give a shot, madam?
Okay, Soleha, over to you. Read out the sentence, girl.
How annoying. Welcome to the world of disadvantaged communities.
Good. So Soleha, what can be the keywords, Soleha, after the gap?
The keywords are annoying, world, disadvantaged, and communities.
Good job, girls and boys, viewers out there. Madam, how can I tell what are the keywords? Easy. You just have to ask yourself, what is this sentence trying to tell me? What is the main idea from the sentence? Got it? So you only look for the important words. Now let's go to the next one. Question number 2. Can I have anyone in the house to read me the sentence and tell me what are the keywords before the gap? Anyone?
Okay, who's
Can I give a
next?
try, madam?
Okay, Alia. All right, over to you, Alia. Read out the sentence and tell me the keywords.
Welcome to the world of disadvantaged communities.
Okay, so what are the keywords, Alia?
The keywords are disadvantaged and communities.
Spot on. So the keywords are annoying, world, disadvantaged, and communities. Shafika, is it
Right.
necessary to have 5 words?
No.
No.
You gave a range.
Exactly. As long as if you can find 3 words and that's it, well, it's done. All right. So now we have come to the last question for today. Now, let us look at the sentence after the gap. Can someone read me the sentence and share me your keywords?
The last one for this segment.
Yes.
Can I give it a try, madam?
Yes, Lily. Okay, read out the sentence and tell me your keywords, girl.
Areas that have no access to public utilities such as electricity are known as off-grid.
All right. Now, what can be the keywords from this sentence, Lily?
The keywords are areas, no, access, public, and utilities.
Exactly. So, areas, no access, and public utilities. Now, having said that, Shafika, they have already found the keywords and we can start looking for the best answer.
Okay, there you go. And the key for today are key words.
Yes,
That's exactly
key
what
words.
Madam Faraliza have emphasized throughout the segment. Now, we're going for a short break first, but we'll be right back here on DidikTV KPM.
DidikTV KPM.
Hello, welcome back. Class is in session today. We are learning for Menengah Atas for DidikTV KPM. And we're here with Madam Faraliza. And I must say, for pupils at home, you have to bring your best energy to focus in this class because we are learning one of the hardest topic for English. Right, Madam?
Yes, Shafika. Get in. The class is about to start.
Yes.
Okay. So, Shafika, for this second segment, the pupils here will be able to choose their best answer from the given options. Now, this is the challenge, Shafika. They have to really read and to make sure the options that they select fits in the best for the gap. Now, how could they possibly do this? When they find the right keywords, inshallah, they will definitely find the right answer. Okay, so let us look at the first one. Everyone turn to page 136 of your textbook. So girls, my Charlie Angels in the house, can I have one person to please volunteer read the sentence and give it a shot? Who can that be?
Let's kickstart this.
Yes.
Who is it? It's just
Anyone?
reading.
Anyone wants to read the first one?
Raise your hand. Come
Why are they not responding? Okay, all right. So for the first sentence, okay, because of road works in the area, your electricity has been disconnected. So the keywords were actually given by the students earlier. So when you look at the slide, Shafika, now D would be the best answer. You know why? Because of the word lack of electricity. So this would probably be well linked with the word before the gap, guys. Can you see the word electricity is before the gap? So because of that, this surely shows that the best answer is donkey. But then again, Shafika, they have to really read thoroughly. After all, this is reading.
Yes.
So you guys need to read. And don't just skip lines and make a guess. It doesn't work that way. All right? So having said that, we have already got the answer for D, Shafika. And if I ask you, why did you choose D? Because of the keyword from the answer, that is electricity, lack of electricity. And you can actually link it with electricity here. And also perhaps from the word disconnected. And after you have already found your answer, girls and boys, you need to draw the arrow, which is pointing to the back. And why is that, Shafika? To show and to give you assurance that I'm sure my answer is D because of the keyword electricity. Now, when this happens, Shafika, students will never tend to change their answers. You know why? Because most of them, at the last minute, they tend to screw up.
Yes.
And they will say this to themselves. Oh, Ma, I should have answered this one earlier. This one should be answered later. So when they are all screwed up and haywire, that is where they tend to change their answers. And the worst part, oh, I shouldn't have changed. I got the right answer earlier.
Yes, that's the worst part.
So that is a regret that everyone needs to go through if you don't follow the process. Okay, now let's go to the next question. Question number 2. Can I have anyone in the house to please read the sentence? Anyone?
Okay, come on, girls.
Can I try, madam?
Yes,
Okay.
Soleha. Where were you? I was
Great.
waiting for you just now. Okay, Soleha. Can you please read the second question, Soleha? Read the sentence.
Welcome to the world of disadvantaged communities. Areas that have no access to public utilities, such as electricity, are known as off-grid.
Okay, so what do you think is the answer, Soleha?
I think the best answer is G.
G for girl. Okay, so
Yes.
why did you choose G, Soleha? Any specific reason? What are the words in G that made you choose G?
Because the keywords dark and can't even read.
Because of the word dark. Okay, let me just look this together. All right, because of the word dark and can't even read. And what did you refer to? Was it to the keywords before the gap or after the gap, Soleha?
I refer to the keywords after the gap.
After the gap. And what are the keywords, Soleha?
The keywords are no access
Okay, and the keyword
and such as electricity.
exactly. So Shafika, can you see
Yep.
how it works?
Yep.
Now, they have to first identify the keywords before and after, just like what we did earlier. So they have already chosen the answer and they must come up with the reason. So everything needs evidence when they do the process. So Soleha chose G and she said the keywords are because of dark and can't even read. Well, obviously dark is where you have no access to electricity. So that's how it works. Okay?
Right.
Good job, Soleha. So now
Okay.
let's proceed to the next question. I forgot, Shafika.
What is
You're
it?
supposed to write the arrow on top of the question.
The arrow.
Yes. So what does this arrow mean, girls and boys? It means I am sure of my answer. Why? Because I was looking at the keywords after the gap. All right. So I hope everyone gets a clearer view on how to apply this thinking process.
Okay.
So now let's go to the next one, people. Question number 3. Anyone in the house? Who can that be?
Who can read the question?
Okay, Aisha. Now, can you please read the sentence and tell me what is your answer? Go, Aisha.
They are forced to use kerosene lamp and wood-burning stove in their homes. In fact, breathing in the fume from one kerosene lamp is the same as smoking 2 packets of cigarettes a day.
Yes. So, Aisha, what do you think is the best answer, Aisha?
The best answer is A.
All right. Why did you say A, Aisha? Any specific reasons?
Because of the word this, harmful and kill.
Okay, because of the word this, Shafika,
Yeah.
harmful and kill.
Kill.
Now, which keyword did you refer to, Aisha? Was it to the back before the gap or after the gap, Aisha?
Before the gap.
Before the gap. And what can that be?
Kerosene lamp and wood-burning stove.
Yes, kerosene lamps and also wood-burning stoves. Now, these obviously show that the word this is plural.
Right.
So they have to look for the subjects which give them the similar meaning of plurality there. So we have kerosene lamps and wood-burning stoves. And because of that, Shafika,
Yes.
you have to start crossing the answers. Remember the earlier questions? We already chose what is this? D and also G. So you need to cross the answers before you proceed to the next question so that you will not have repetition. Okay? So therefore, yes, it is. Your answer is A. Good job, Aisha.
Good
okay,
job,
now let's go to the next
Okay.
question, guys. Come on,
Let's
keep it up,
this
keep it up.
energy going.
All
Who's
right,
next?
what would be the next question? The answer. Anyone wants to give it a shot?
Straight to the answer, right, madam?
Can I give a shot, madam?
Okay, Lily, can you just give me the answer? Go straight to the answer because we already read this earlier. What is the answer, Liliana? Lily.
I think the best answer will be E.
E. Okay,
E.
let me cross first all the selected answers. Okay, Shafika?
All right.
Now, again, Lily, what was your answer just now? Can you repeat?
E.
E for
The best
elephant.
answer is E.
Okay, why did you choose E, Lily? Why?
Because of the keywords in the answer, which is solution.
Okay, because you chose the keyword solution. So, which keyword did you refer to? Is it before the gap or after the gap, Lily?
I refer to the keywords after the gap.
So, what is the word specifically? Can you please say out the word?
I refer to the keywords after the gap, which is solution.
Yes. Can you see that, girls and boys?
Right.
You obviously found the right keyword, but it rarely happens, Shafika.
Yes, it's the same
yes,
word.
it rarely happens. You sometimes will come across words with the same meaning, but different word.
Oh, a synonym.
Yeah, or synonym words. But if you get like this similar, so you're very lucky, girls. All right, so once Lily has chosen her answer, so we just need to draw the arrow to the front. Why to the front, Lily? Lily, why should we draw the arrow to the front, Lily?
Because we refer to the keywords after the gap.
Spot on, Lily. All right, now
Okay.
let's go to the next question, guys. Don't forget to cross the selected answer. So we shall proceed to question number 5. Bring it on. Who wants to
Alright,
give it a
just
shot?
the answer, please. Who's next?
Can I try, madam?
Okay, Soleha, what is the answer to this question? Number 5. Go straight to the answer. Wait. Let me cross the chosen answers
Yes.
first. So we have to like get rid of all the...
and
Yes.
E. So we have
Okay,
B
now,
and C and F.
what's your answer, Soleha?
Well, my answer is C.
Okay, why did you choose C, Soleha?
It is because the keywords eat.
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 Okay, so what did you refer to? Did you refer to the keywords before the gap or after the gap, Soleha?
I refer to the keywords before the gap.
And what is that?
The keywords are socket and special football.
Socket and special football. So she referred to this word eat from the answer, and she actually linked together with the keywords before the gap that socket special football. So this is actually referring to the eat there. So
Okay.
Shafika, frankly speaking,
Yep.
students out there, they need to really read thoroughly, word by word. But of course, this is quite a difficult team here, I have
Yep.
to say. This is technology,
Right.
and students prefer easier teams. But you have
Yes.
no choice if this comes up for your exam. But just focus on the thinking process and the steps. You will make wonders. Trust me, inshallah.
After all, it is a reading skill, so you need
Yes.
to read through carefully.
Exactly. So now let's proceed to the next one. Good job, Saleha.
All right.
Okay, now we have to cross the answer. Yep. Okay, now let's go to the last question, girls. So who can that be? Who wants to try the last question?
Can I give a try, madam?
Yes, Alia. So go straight to the answer, Alia.
My best answer is F.
Okay, wait. Let me cross out all the answers first.
Yes.
All right.
I
Okay.
believe we have B and F
Yes.
left.
Okay. Now, Alia and the rest. The easiest part to answer gap text is always the last question, Shafika. You know why?
Why?
Because for this question, there is only one remaining answer not chosen. But for SPM, Form 4 and Form
Okay.
5, they'll be given 2 distractors.
No wonder. So there's 3.
Yeah, so when it comes to the last question, just choose one. And obviously, they can tell the 2 distractors are there. So they don't have to think that much compared to other questions.
Right.
Okay, so Alia, go. What was your answer just now, Alia?
My best answer is F.
Okay, F. Why did you choose F, Alia? What was the reason?
It is because the keyword play, enough, and electrical power.
Okay, so what did you refer to? Did you refer to the keywords before the gap or after the gap, Alia?
I prefer error before the gap.
Before the gap. Okay, come. Let us see together, girls and boys. So the keywords that Alia chose were play, enough, electrical power, 3 to 5 amount of keywords. And she linked it to the keywords before the gap that will be power source. All right? Okay, so this is like enough electrical power. So that is an idea of power source there, Shafika.
Right.
So because of that, where should we draw the arrow, Alia? To the back or to the front?
To the back.
To the back.
the
Why
back.
to the back? Because we got the keywords before the gap. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Now I believe doing the arrow is one of the most important steps in getting your skills complete and perfect on gap text.
Exactly. So gap text is actually how they link the ideas.
Right.
But girls and boys, viewers out there, remember, I say this because I've seen students, they never checked. Why you never check? Because they don't have time. Why do they not have time? Because they were struggling reading through the sentences without the correct thinking process. So having said that, once you have already applied all the steps, having 6 marks will be a full score every time you have your exam,
Great.
Shafika.
It will be breezy. All right, I'm learning a new thing in this segment, and thank you for that. Thank you to Madam for that. But we'll be going for a short break first, and we'll be right back here on Bahasa Inggeris for DidikTV KPM.
DidikTV KPM.
Hello, welcome back to DidikTV KPM, and today our subject is English. There you go. It's not for ordering on the menu, but to learn English with Madam Faraliza. Now, for this segment, our topic is what is the similar meaning. Now, what are we gonna focus on for this topic?
All right, so Shafika, the next segment is our friends back here. They'll be able to choose the right word with a similar meaning from the passage. So they'll be given a sentence and we will actually highlight the word. They should know the meaning and they will start looking for the word based on the paragraph highlighted because they
Okay.
will mention the paragraph. Okay, girls and boys, please turn to page 136 of your book. All right. So let us look at this word here. So the word here is disconnected. All right. And let me just give you an example. Yeah. Now the sentence that we see here is another sentence given from the question. All right. And the highlighted word is cut off. Okay. And the answer is actually taken from the paragraph, and the word is disconnected. All right. So I'm giving you an example of how you do it to get the word with a similar meaning. So cut off will literally means disconnected. Okay. So now let us proceed to the next question. Okay. So now this will be the paragraph, all right? And they are supposed to look at the sentence below there. So who wants to give it a shot for this question? Anyone?
Okay, now it's time to do some activity. Who's the first one for this?
So who wants to give it a shot for this one? What does change mean and the similar word taken from the paragraph? Anyone?
Can someone volunteer? All right, Madam Fariza, I think they want your help
All right.
first.
Okay, so now the word is change. So automatically we know that the similar meaning with what change is would be converting. All right, because converting literally means change. So they are now, Shafiqa, trying to get the word from the paragraph. All right, now this normally comes out for their section B in their information transfer.
I see.
Sometimes they will have this similar questions. They have to look for the keywords from the passage and they have to fill in the blank. Sorry. Okay. So now let's go to the next one. So the answer is converting. Now we should go to the next one. So this is the next paragraph and this is the sentence. So anyone wants to give it a try?
Okay, this time it's your turn.
Okay, girls.
Who is the first one? Come on.
Anyone. Will it be Soleha or Liliana or Alia or Aisha?
I think they're going through the text. They're
yeah.
reading through, right, girls? Who wants to try once you got your answer?
So anyone, girls? Hello.
Perhaps, Madam, you want to pick a name?
Yeah, okay. Then why not Soleha? Soleha. Can you please choose the one word
madam.
with the similar meaning of create? Make a guess. What do you think is the word?
In the meantime, pupils at home, you can make your guesses as well.
What can be the answer? Look at the passage. Soleha. What can that be? Create. Now, what is that one word which has the similar meaning as create, Soleha?
I can see it already, Soleha. Come on.
Develop.
Okay. Now, the word is indeed spot on, developed.
Good
So,
job.
developed literally has the similar meaning as create. Good job, Soleha.
All right.
Tepuk. Good job. Good job.
Good job.
Good job. Okay, so now let's proceed to the next one. Do we have some more?
We
okay,
do.
yes. Okay, now, who wants to give it a shot? Now, anyone in the house?
Can I give a shot, madam?
Can I give a shot, madam?
Yes, Alia. All
there's
right,
more
read
people
out.
now.
I want you to read out the sentence first. Can you please read out the sentence first? I need.
Sentence number 3. The new college will create 500 new jobs for
this-
local people.
Madam means the
This
sentence
one.
underneath.
You have to
in
read, I need a lot
green.
of room to
Yeah.
keep all of my books, CDs and DVDs. Okay, Alia, just give me straight to your answer. What would be the best word with the similar meaning, Alia, of keep?
Number.
What can it
Is
be?
Is it generate?
Generate? Well, of course, this happens in the class when you wrongly give your answer. Well, I think the best answer for keep is definitely stores. Now, stores will have the similar meaning as keep, all right? Alia, so that was a good try indeed. That was a good try. Good job, Alia. So now, let's go to the end of our discussion for this segment.
Alright.
Now, what actually have they learned, Shafiqa?
I believe they learned similar meanings, words with similar meanings in text. So they can take out the words and what do you call it? Transfer of information.
It's like information transfer and also
Yes.
similar meaning. But the reality is like what happened just now. Some of our friends were unable to get the right word. Why? Perhaps because they did not really read the sentence thoroughly and they hardly get the right word. Because finding the word with the similar meaning is not easy, people. Yeah? So we have to always learn from the mistakes done, and you have to always keep that as a training, drilling process. Because as I said, and I'm going to say this all the time, reading paper, Shafiqa, will definitely be their plus point and easy way for them to get A+. Because now, Shafiqa, reading, listening, speaking and reading, they have to all incorporate together in getting A+.
Yes, I believe that's true. A good tip there from Madam Fariliza. Now we're going for a short break again and we'll be right back here on DidikTV KPM.
DidikTV KPM.
When the bell rings, you know what time it is. It's time for class. And today we are learning Bahasa Inggeris for DidikTV KPM. And for our segment right now, we are going to focus on more activities for our topic, high-tech world. Now, Madam Fariliza, how do we kick off this segment?
All right, Shafiqa. For the next segment, our friends back here, they are supposed to match the types of power and the methods in producing it. All right. After all, this is high-tech world. So they must be able to get familiarized with all these types of power. We have solar power, we have wind power, hydroelectric power, and nuclear power. All right. So what they need to do is they have to just like think about it and try to match. Now, how can this be possible, Shafiqa? They need to look at the answers. And of course, our word for the day is keyword. So what would be the keyword from the answers that allow you to choose the best answer? So are you guys ready? If you're ready, show me double thumbs up.
Double thumbs up, girls. Okay.
Alia, that was one. I want double thumbs up.
All right, great, Alia.
All right. Okay, now let's go to the first one. Solar power. Who wants to give it a try? What can be the methods to produce solar power? Who wants to give it a shot?
Try, madam?
Okay, Alia, solar power. What would be the best method producing solar power, Alia?
The best answer is by capturing sunlight.
Yes. So what is the keyword from your answer, Alia?
The keywords.
So, sunlight.
Yes, because when you have solar, you will have sunlight. Okay, so good job, Alia. All right, so now, who wants to give it a shot for the second type of power? Wind power.
All
Or
right.
we have lady power, mom's power. This is wind power. Anyone? Wind power.
Can I give it a try, madam?
Yes, Lily. What is your answer? Wind power.
My answer is by using the movement of the air.
All right, why did you choose this? Why did you choose this, Liliana? Specifically, why?
Because of the word movement and air.
Oh, yes, because of the word movement and air. Spot on, Lily. Yes,
job.
so wind power is definitely using the movement of the air, producing wind power. But how do you produce lady power? Oh, that's in our next lesson, okay? All right, now let's go to the next question. Our next type of power, hydroelectric power. So you have not many choices left. So
That's
it's easier
true,
for you to make your answer. So what can that be? Anyone? Give it a shot.
Can I give a shot, madam?
Yes, Soliha. Hydroelectric power. What is the best way to produce it?
By using running or falling water.
Why did you choose that as your answer, Soliha?
I choose that because of the word water.
water,
Water.
and hydro. They are similar. Okay, so yes, spot on, Soleha. Hydroelectric power is using running or falling water to produce hydroelectric power. So we have come to the last one. Obviously, we know what the answer is, but just give it a try. Anyone wants to give it a try? Easy work, huh? Because you only left with one.
The answer
Who
is
wants to
there.
give it a shot?
Wow. They're
Nice.
giving each
All right.
other chances.
Okay, obviously, I think, having said that, nuclear power obviously needs to have splitting uranium atoms
And
to
I cannot
produce it.
answer for the keyword there.
Yes, what can be the keyword?
I think it's atoms. madam.
Correct, spot on. GOODJOB, Shafika.
Good job,
good job, good job. Okay, so
All
having
right.
said that, girls and boys, viewers out there, now we have come to a point that when you look at the word solar power, what do you think of? Sunlight.
Sunlight.
So when you look at the word wind power, what do you think of? Movement of the air. And when we have hydroelectric power, hydro means water. And last but not least, nuclear power. So what do you think of?
Atoms.
Atom. Good. So now you guys can be prepared if question comes out on any of these powers. At least they have some ideas to respond. Right,
Right.
Shafika?
Right.
So I think we have come to the end of our segment for this activity. All right. So now let us ask our friends here,
Okay.
what are their learning points throughout all the segments that we just had? Okay. Now, what would be your learning points, girls? Who wants to share us your learning points? Who can that be?
Yes.
Anyone?
What have you learned today?
Can I share, madam?
Yes, Saleha. Soleha.
Soleha.
Okay. All right, Soleha. What is your learning point? What have you learned today?
Today, I learned how to identify the keywords before and after the gaps.
Yes. So what is the amount specifically when you want to look for the keyword, Soleha?
3 to 5.
Yes,
keywords.
3 to 5 words. It can be 3, it can be 4, it can be 5, not more than that. Good job, Soleha. So who
right.
wants to share your next learning point? Anyone in the
Okay.
house?
Who is next?
Can I share mine, madam?
Yes, Lily. What's your learning point?
I learned to get the keywords from the answer, and the keywords must also be related to the keywords from the passage.
Yes, you learned how to get the keywords from the answer, and it has to literally link with the keywords before or after the gap. Good job. Good job,
right.
Lily. Now, who wants to share your next learning point? Anyone?
I believe we have more learning points
Yeah.
today.
Yes, Aisha. What have you learned? What have you learned today, Aisha?
I learned that I must find 3 to 5 keywords before and after the gap.
Yes, you need to find 3 to 5 words before and after the gap. So, Shafika,
Yes.
having said that, looking for these keywords is not easy. So, it needs practice.
Yes, it
So, the
does.
first time, definitely they will, I couldn't find the same keywords. But keep on going, keep on going. You might not find the exact 3 words, but at least finding one is a good start. Yeah, so the rest will come in later through practices, and you have to do this with your peers. Okay, so you know the process, you know the steps. What are you waiting for? Go for it.
Yes. Don't
Okay,
get
now
frustrated if you fail at the first attempt. Just
Exactly.
keep trying and practicing.
because the best
Yes.
never rests.
Right, madam. Now, we've heard from the pupils on their learning
Oh, I think
points
we have
today.
one more. I think we have one
We
more,
do
Shafika.
have one more.
Anyone?
Can we
Anyone?
have that a brief learning point
All
from
right.
you?
Can I have one more? Anyone?
Yes.
Can I
who's the
share
last one?
mine?
Yes,
Madam?
Alia. Okay,
Okay.
what's your learning point?
So today I learned that I must read the answer when I fill in the gap to check my answer.
Exactly. I wanted to see that. Girls and boys, you need to read again so that you are sure of your answer. Sometimes, Shafika, when they
Yes.
read, they have to decide whether the sentence really fits in the gap. Sometimes reading it once, answering it once without checking, you might make mistakes. And saying that, Shafika, I
Yeah.
always tell this to my students. Never look for only one answer. They have to look for 2 relevant answers. Why? They might get a stronger reason for choosing A, for example. They have a lesser strength of choosing answer C. But they have 2 choices. So when they have 2 choices, they are going to be sure of the answer that they have chosen. They will never change their answer. All right? So now, Having said that, this will be our conclusion. We have able to understand a variety of texts by identifying the keywords, and they are able to guess the meaning of the unfamiliar words from the keywords. All right, so I think that's about it for our lesson today, Shafiqah.
Yes, thank you so much for that conclusion on all the lessons you've taught us today. But before we wrap this up, can you give overall marks for our lovely pupils online today?
For me, they were outstanding, amazing, and I just love the energy, even though one of them really did one slight mistake, but that is the learning process.
Yes, it
so I
is.
guess let us all cheer before we call it a day.
Okay.
Tepuk-tepuk, terima kasih. Terima kasih. Thank you. Share. Nandre. Shukran. Arigato. Haiting.
Wow, that was creative. Now, madam, also we need the references where pupils can go online to do more activities for today's class.
Exactly, Shafiqah. So for all the boys, girls, parents, teachers out there, you can always refer to Portal Delima Sumberku. And you can have all the magical sharing there.
All right, madam. Thank you so much. I believe we had a very fun class today. Thank you, teacher Kulina, for being with us as our sign language interpreter. And thank you, pupils online, for being with us. And your answers are magnificent today, right, madam?
Thank you.
And
Yes,
for
indeed.
those watching, until we meet again, Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera. Bye-bye.
Bye.